All right. We will now do citizens participation. If you have a comment on any items on tonight's agenda, you may approach the podium. You have 3 minutes. Please give your name and address. Seeing none, we'll move on. I'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes for the October 21st, 2025 council meeting.
I'll make that motion.
All right, Mr. Fagioli made a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Gorman seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Next, we have the reports of the borough officers. We'll begin with the financial advisor.
Thank you, Madam President. You've all received the reports, and I have nothing more to add to that other than what you guys received.
Any questions for the financial advisor? All right, I'll entertain a motion to accept the financial advisor's report and pay the bills.
I will so move.
Mr. Resnick made the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Cannon seconded. We'll do a roll call vote. Mr. Resnick?
Yes.
Mr. Braun?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Ms. Borelli?
Yes.
Mr. Gorman?
Yes.
Mr. Cannon?
Yes.
Mr. Swan?
Yes.
Mr. Fagioli?
Yes.
Motion carries. Police chief's report.
Madam President, my prepared report should be in everybody's file. In addition to that, the police department just concluded their fall aggressive driving campaign. The campaign funded by PennDOT, where we were able to put extra officers on the road for traffic enforcement. Within a 1-week period, we had issued an additional 42 citations for various traffic violations, zeroing in on aggressive driving in the business district on Baltimore Pike, Springfield Road, and places like that. Other than that, I have nothing further to add to.
Any questions for the chief? All right, I'll entertain a motion to accept the police chief's report.
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Fagioli made a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Swan seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Fire chief's report. Do we have a?
They were in training tonight for the new radio system.
Okay.
And reports are in the file.
Any questions regarding the fire chiefs? All right, I'll entertain a motion to accept the fire chief's report.
So moved.
All right, Mr. Gorman made the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Cannon seconded. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Engineers report.
Thank you, Madam President. The school construction, we continue to monitor. Nothing unusual has happened in the past 30 days. The 2025 road program, that work is complete. We've reviewed the invoice and have forwarded our recommendation for payments. The pickleball court construction is nearly complete with painting, lighting, and net installation still outstanding. The contractor has submitted a payment request, which we have forwarded and forwarded our recommendation of release of 90% of those funds, or $210,897. Demolition of 32 Mill Street. We have completed the demolition contract and have advertised as such. We expect to have our award recommendation for council's consideration at the December meeting. And just as a reminder, they're CDBG funds. They're not out of the general fund. And lastly, happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you. Any questions for Mr. Kelly? I'll entertain a motion to accept the engineers report.
I'll make that motion.
Mr. Cannon made the motion.
I'll second.
Mr. Fagioli second. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Solicitors report.
Thank you, Madam President. The first item I have is pursuant to council's direction at the caucus meeting earlier this month. We did prepare the notice for the Civil Service Commission testing. That is being advertised this Friday and next Friday in the Daily Times. The examination will be on the physical examination is December 18th, and the written examination would also be the same day, December 18th. All conducted at the Delaware County Municipal Police Academy, located in Broomall, Pennsylvania. The borough will receive applications up through the end of business on December the 15th, 2025, and the Civil Service Commission will meet to authorize the testing on November the 26th at 11 o'clock a.m. Here in the municipal building. And just as an informational item, we always like to announce it every year that as we get into the end of the year in December, we anticipate the borough will adopt its final budget for 2026, along with the tax levy ordinance, which imposes the real estate millage tax, along with the sewer fee and the trash fee. So the way we handle that is once we have those preliminary numbers or final numbers, perhaps, we will advertise the availability of the budget in the Delaware County Daily Times. The Borough Code requires we do not do that no less than 10 days prior to the budget being adopted. Again, but our traditionally right after this meeting, where the manager has when the manager has preliminary budget ready, we do it right then. So it's much more than 10 days. We also will advertise the ordinance levying the taxes and the fees. That ordinance will be advertised at least 7 days prior to the December meeting. I know on your agenda, Madam President, is a motion to approve Resolution 2025-15, which establishes police guidelines authorizing an arrest without warrant in accordance with Act 25 of 1995. And we did discuss it and explain it at the time of the caucus meeting this month. This is something that we talked about with the chief. We believe that Clifton Heights had adopted this sometime after 1995, but we don't have a good record of when that was. So it came up, or the district attorney has, reached out to police departments to make sure that they have this in place. And again, it allows for police to make a warrantless arrest in the case of summary offenses involving some form of threats or violence, in summary here. So typically this would be a situation where, you come to a house and perhaps there is a fight, or there was a domestic situation, or some other incident outside a bar or something like that, where there is some kind of fight, there are threats. And in order to diffuse the situation, the police will be authorized to do a warrantless arrest, to take one of the combatants, and take him or her away from the situation. The requirement under this is that it has to be only for certain types of offenses, and again, those are involving some type of physical violence. The police would then bring them back to the police station, and presumably they would do they would have to do one of two things. Either release them or bring them before a magistrate right away. And the magistrate would have to rule at that point on the case. So typically speaking, and we talked about it, somebody's brought back, they are released, from custody to diffuse, the violent situation has been diffused, and a citation might be issued at that point for disorderly conduct. Am I correct, Chief? That's what happens in 90+% of these types of cases.
I would say yes.
Yeah. So there is a state law that governs this. There's also a rule of criminal procedure that governs what happens after a person is arrested in this situation in order to protect their rights. So to the extent that anybody hears, we're authorizing warrantless arrests, it's not anything that hasn't already been in place, and nor is it a new tactic in order to increase arrests or anything like that. It really just is a tool for the police to diffuse a situation, to authorize them to take somebody into custody when there is a violent situation ongoing at a site. And typically that person does not get charged with any type of misdemeanor or felony, depending on the violent situation. But if they're authorized in situations where a person has committed or is seen committing a misdemeanor or felony, they're authorized to arrest them in that case anyway. So that's what this is. Again, it's something that is utilized by all municipalities, and it's just something that we're sort of doing some house cleaning on now to make sure that we have it on the books at the request of the police. So I'm happy to answer any questions as it comes up during the borough manager's report. That's all I have to report at this time.
Any questions for Mr. McLean? I'll entertain a motion to accept the solicitor's report.
So moved.
Gorman made the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Fagioli seconded. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Community Development and Code Enforcement.
Thank you, Madam President. I have no additions to my submitted report. I do have one thing for emergency management I'd like to discuss. Earlier this year, we declared a disaster emergency with the closing of the Crozier Health System. And the point of that was to help furnish aid and assistance for any unmet needs during that time period. I had a chance to meet with Tom McCoy today to discuss this. Luckily, we didn't have to take any action. Luckily, everything went very well with that, and we are confident that that's still the case we're in. This declaration has expired. Delaware County Emergency Management has reached out to all the municipalities who declared emergencies, looking to see what our intention was. And speaking with Tom today, our recommendation to the council is to leave this expired. At this point, we feel, we're in good order to do so. And if we need to in the future, we can always declare another emergency if one exists.
Any questions for Mr. Gould? I'll entertain a motion to accept the Community Development and Code Enforcement report.
Thank you.
So moved.
Mr. Gorman made the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Swan seconded. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Managers report.
Thank you, Madam Chair. We have a motion to approve the purchase of a refurbished ladder rack for the recently purchased van in the amount of $30,000. If you recall, the borough, I guess, 2 years ago, opted in with the VFW to take on the heroes flags that are throughout the community recognizing the veterans. That has caused a little bit of a problem because Clifton is very windy and these flags require maintenance. And when they fall down, we have to either wait for a contractor to get them. As you recall, back in the summer, we purchased a van knowing that the ladder itself would need to be serviced or whatever. The manufacturer has offered us a totally refurb unit opposed to fixing this one. And they'll take that one off and give us a refurb one for $30,000. The value of the van at that point would go from when we paid $18,000 for it up to about a $50,000 van. So working it out, they're in Minnesota. James and Jimmy have agreed to drive that out there. They'll fly home. It'll stay out there for about 6 weeks with a whole new retrofit. It'll come back home, and then we'll be able to maintain the flags as they fall to honor the veterans. It's a little bit disheartening when someone's loved one's flag falls, and we have to wait till we find a contractor. And the contractors are running anywhere from maybe $350 to $500 to $600 a day because it's a truck. They got to pay a man. They come, then they get called on an emergency job, and we're losing track. Jimmy does a great job. James and Jimmy do a great job tracking where they're at. But, sometimes, Mr. Jones ends up, no offense, on Broadway and when he used to be on Springfield Road. And he wanted on Springfield Road because that's the house he grew up on. And it's that kind of I think it's important that we started the program, talked to the VFW. They're very pleased that we would opt that Jimmy and James could do it. They could put on their maintenance, we take a morning, fix them up, and that's it. So this here is, I think, a great deal for a really good cause. So that's on the agenda to make a motion to purchase that and not to exceed the expense of $2,000.
Okay. So I will entertain a motion to approve the purchase of a refurbished ladder truck for the recently purchased van in the amount of $30,000 with travel expenses not to exceed $2,000.
I'll make that motion.
All right, Mr. Cannon made the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Braun seconded. We'll do a roll call vote. Mr. Resnick?
Yes.
Mr. Braun?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Ms. Borelli?
Yes.
Mr. Gorman?
Yes.
Mr. Cannon?
Yes.
Mr. Swan?
Yes.
Mr. Fagioli?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Next motion is the one John, the solicitor highlighted. It's a motion to approve resolution 2025-15, the Borough of Clifton Heights establishing police guidelines authorizing arrest without a warrant in accordance with Act 25 of 1995.
Okay. So I will entertain a motion to approve Resolution 2025-15, the Borough of Clifton Heights establishing police guidelines authorizing an arrest without a warrant in accordance with Act 25 of 1995.
I'll make that motion.
All right, Mr. Fagioli made the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Gorman seconded it. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Finally, the budget will be presented at the caucus, full presentation to the council with the anticipation of any changes or recommendations from council to be put on the agenda for the second, for the council meeting in December for full adoption. That's all I have.
Any questions for the manager? All right, I'll entertain a motion to accept the manager's report.
So moved.
Mr. Berman made the motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
Mr. Fagioli seconded it? Sorry, I wasn't sure which one of you. It was you. All those in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Motion carried. All right. We will now go into council reports. Mr. Swan?
I don't really have anything other than everyone have a safe and happy Thanksgiving, hopefully with all your family and friends.
Mr. Resnick?
We had our food drive Saturday. We picked up 4,726 pieces of food, which is a bit less than last year. The big reason why we feel is obviously everybody and their brother's doing a food drive right now, with its SNAP benefits, whatever. So we are reevaluating whether we will do another food drive, but we're reevaluating whether we're going to do it again in November or some other time, let's say April, May. Even putting aside the one-time SNAP benefits issue, we're seeing more and more food drives in November, and hunger is a year-round problem. So rather than beating our heads against the wall, we're thinking of same thing, but another time, maybe do it a little bit differently. That said, if someone's got food they want to get this, donate it, I'll take it. Get it to St. Stephen's Sunday morning between 10 and 11. So they'll gladly accept the food. Thank you.
Mr. Fagioli?
I would like to wish everybody a nice Thanksgiving, but also the Boy Scouts for collecting that food for the needy.
Thank you.
We all appreciate that. Thank you.
Mr. Cannon?
Mr. Fagioli beat me to the punch. To all the volunteers too, to come out to help the Boy Scouts, it's a really good thing. And that's something we don't seem to have a problem getting community involvement with. So thanks, Harris. You did a good job.
Mr. Braun?
Yeah, I'd like to congratulate the Boys Club on a successful football season and also happy Thanksgiving.
Mr. Brown?
I don't have anything, thank you.
Okay. Just wanted to let everybody know we're doing Frost Fest Sunday, December 7th. It's going to be a smaller affair this year. Instead of doing a vendor fair outside, we're going to have it inside here, have hot chocolate, ornament making for the kids, and then Santa will be here. And it'll be Sunday, the 7th of December from 11 to 1. And then later that evening is when the firehouse has their tree lighting. So, and that's all I have for this evening. Mr. Corbett?
Nothing except happy Thanksgiving. Hope everybody enjoys their holiday with their families.
Mr. Mayor?
Thank you, Madam President. Just a couple of items. Little reminder, the borough will be closed on Thursday and Friday. That's this month, the 27th and 28th for Thanksgiving. We still have leaf pickup this whole month on Mondays and Tuesdays. The tree lighting, as Suzanne mentioned, December the 7th, it's Sunday. It will start at 6 p.m. at the firehouse. Santa will visit all the residents Sunday, the 21st, starting at 12 noon. Also, Sunday, the 21st is the first day of winter. I would also like to thank Harris and all his years of doing the food drive. It takes a lot of work to do something like that. So thank you very much. We appreciate it. And of course, our football team, the boys club, they had a great season. So thank you to the organization for that also. That's all I have for tonight. Thank you.
Any old business to come before the body? Any new business? Okay, we will do closing public participation. If you have any items you'd like to bring before council, you can approach the podium. Please give your name and address.
Michael Humphreys, 35 Arch Street, and this is for the borough engineer. My granddaughter's going to ask me when I get home, what about the dog park?
They've started. It's
They
working.
did,
Yeah.
they're going to fence it in, because I know where it's going, but I'm just not sure,
Yeah.
They've started it up.
Yes.
I haven't been down the road in a few days, so.
Yeah.
Okay,
It started, work started on the dog.
very good. How long do you think?
Yeah. 6 weeks.
6 weeks? All right, by New Year, I'll tell her.
Yeah, yeah. Christmas gift.
All right, thanks, good. Well, she walks through, so, no, it's counting. All right.
How you doing, Robert Baxter, 19 Harrison. Bring a boom to the police chief. The speeding in the neighborhood, it's rampant. They cut across to get on Springfield Road, Baltimore Avenue, they cut across Harrison Avenue. They come through all the neighborhoods, driving fast, like speeding. What are we gonna do about this?
Well, every day, my officers are on 2 assigned details. So you'll see them in your neighborhood especially. They do a lot of details up there. Because Councilman Fazio would quite often ask me to put details up around Harrison Avenue. So we're out there enforcing what we can when we can do it, on top of taking care of all the other calls and things we have to do for the day.
Yeah, I know. And that's the one thing about it, is I know you got busy with other calls there. So, I mean, put in place like maybe some speed bumps or some other things that.
The manager can address that. We actually purchased them, and that's a project that the manager is doing right now.
Your street is listed, this is the gentleman you wanted to do.
Yes,
Yeah, so your street, each ward's getting a test strips. If you ever see them when you go through the toll gates, they're little, they're not bumps, but they're strips that'll, make you aware that you were going fast. Yeah, the rumble strips, good. So the glue that goes down, we have to do 55 degrees and rising, because they just came in like, I think last Tuesday or something, they came in. So we're going to do one road in each district to see what it is. And, hopefully that'll help. The biggest problem we have in Pennsylvania and this is a state rep or a state senator issue. It's a statewide issue. We are not permitted to use radar.
Okay, I mean,
That would help us, because then I could go, boom, you're doing 55 through a 25, and I get issued a ticket. We have no ability to say whether that car is doing 30 miles an hour or it's doing 10 miles an hour. Now, the biggest problem we also have is we have a big construction project going on in the middle of town. People found Harrison Avenue, that never knew Harrison Avenue even existed. So that's why we're increasing the patrol. So till we get rid of that disaster and get people back to the normal roads that they should stay on, we're going to have that issue. But we definitely heard you. Bruce has been talking to me, council people. So each ward has the street of choice that we hear about. Yours is one, Madison Avenue is another. We know the ones we're going to put them. So we're going to try them. Then hopefully by 6 months, we'll do evaluation. Last night at a meeting, I did say that the engineer has been tasked with, once the project is complete on Springfield Road and it's back to normal flow of traffic, we're going to do a traffic study. And then once that is complete, a year from after the school starts, we're going to do another traffic study to see where is the traffic going from the school and see if we can't do some remediation with wayfinding, one-way streets, right turns, can't do this between 7 and 9 to keep them out of your back streets. That always, there's a long time. That always, just because it's fixed, it also creates inconvenience. One of those streets up there wants a one-way out. Well, okay, the other half of the street wants to go that way. So usually takes about 80% of the people to change the direction, but we're on it. We're sympathetic with you. I live in a row house, so I get it. I live on Oak Avenue, which is like, probably should have bought the house midnight or something like that.
I understand. We just have an influx of children.
I hear you.
And children are used to the flow of traffic.
Mhm.
So when they get used to the flow of traffic, they don't expect a car to come out the way.
Right.
And they're flying down the street.
You're moving.
There are no stop signs, because obviously they're against current traffic. So, in the surrounding areas, I see those, I work for Amtrak. I've worked here 20 years now.
Okay.
In Philadelphia. they've been putting speed bumps, crazy places, all around the school, all around the schools. It definitely happened around schools and the neighborhoods and stuff like that. But, you know, they've done it in Springfield here, on the one road there, I think it's Walnut. It branches off. They put speed bumps there, have never been speed bumps. So
There is and JP has an assignment as our engineer. There's a actual code from PennDOT on speed bumps. Some municipalities aren't really following them. Philadelphia definitely doesn't follow them because they're Philadelphia. But there is a reg which we're liability that it's distance, so many feet from a stop sign. He's evaluating each street to where we can put them. But we also have James who rides the snowplow that's worried about, you know, putting his teeth through the windshield when he hits them. So we have to really be careful about how we do it. But it's a common everyday council person fix the problem. And then the other problem is, which will take a lot of meetings, but they want it in front of somebody else's house. They don't want it in front of their house. When the wife's China rattles on the house, be going. I just sent the council an article in Philadelphia. The street demanded it, had the senators out, everything. Within 2 weeks, they're in the same, getting the senators out to get them out. You know, they are, you know, but I've seen different models. That's what I have JP looking at. There's a smooth model. Then they have the ones like, they go to church up in there. They're like, your car goes over it, but you have to like kind of maneuver to get it direct on it. It makes you slow down. So we hear you. We're working on it. We'll see something.
Thank you.
Thanks.
What's your address? Because that's where I want to put the rumble strips.
I'm going to say that, put it in front of Bruce's house.
Thank you for your, thank you.
Good evening, everybody. Nathaniel Robinson, 17 Harrison Avenue. This is to police chief, right?
Yeah.
What are we going to do about these construction trucks that parked on the corner of Harrison Avenue?
I'll defer that to the manager. This would be prior to the opening of the school with the backup on before the gates open.
Oh, wait.
Not so much the construction.
I saw some trucks over, this is
I'm
the,
talking about person living on the block, they got this big old truck.
He's been getting several tickets.
Okay.
I know exactly what you're talking about. State fine, right? Yeah, he's received several tickets.
Okay.
That's the only thing we can do. That's the only thing we have at our disposal is give parking fixes. We can't tow the vehicle. We can't charge them with anything other than that.
Okay. The other thing I want to ask about, is there an ordinance about loud noises?
There is. Describe what you're having an issue with. And I can,
This car neighborhood, and, you know, just loud, just, you know.
I mean, not so much that when we have a noise ordinance that sort of governs when you're allowed to begin work during the day, whether you have a party at your house, when you have to shut the music off and stuff like that. A loud vehicle, we do not have an ordinance against a noise emitted from a vehicle.
So somebody's got to deal with the loud noises raising up and down the street.
I mean, you know, how often does it occur? Is it the same guy? Is it somebody who lives on the street? Are they doing work on their car and they're just revving the engine? I mean, so the loud vehicles on your street, and Harrison Avenue doesn't get, other than right now, I understand it has a lot of more traffic than you're used to because of the construction project going on. But as far as, for an officer to be there to see something, we don't even have the equipment to test it. We don't have an ordinance against it, the noise volume of an engine. And this may be rectified as soon as we get Springfield Road open. I don't know. But no, we don't have an ordinance to enforce prohibiting loud.
Okay. I'm just concerned because Mr. Besson just talked about, you know, the speed bumps and all that.
We can stop you from speeding, and we can get you on the stop. I just can't get you if the car is loud the way you stop at the stop sign.
Okay. Thank you.
thanks for your time.
Thank you.
I have one more thing. It's another problem, right? So like these families, right? There's 5 people in the house, and each person has a car. This is the biggest problem we have.
Yeah.
I can't even park from my house.
I've been a police officer 40 years, and I lived here all my life. Guess what? Hasn't changed from 60 years. You're preaching to the choir. But,
Has it been from parking?
No, we never established a permit parking throughout the borough. Unfortunately, that's been the problem forever.
It's our problem to have a solution.
All right. Anyone else? Okay. I'll entertain a motion for adjournment.
I'll make that motion.
All right, Ms. Furley made a motion. Do I have a second? Mr. Fagioli seconded.
If you want to drop that food down, you can do it next